Hi there guys, this is Chris Coney speaking, and I'm continuing with my balcony editions of the Cryptoverse for the time being. So just reading the CoinDesk just a second ago, checking up on the old news, and there's this article about President of the ECB, the European Central Bank, Mario Draghi, which always reminds me of Super Mario, that's just by the way, basically says it's not the ECB's responsibility to regulate Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So ECB, European Central Bank, the Central Bank of Europe, and sort of controls monetary policy for the euro, right? So when asked if he would recommend anyone buy Bitcoin, he said he would, quote, think carefully before buying Bitcoin. And he said specifically because it oscillates wildly in value. That was the first reason. The euro is backed by the European Central Bank, and the dollar is backed by the Federal Reserve. And then he goes on to say, Bitcoin is not backed by anything. Now, when I read that, I'm like, what do you mean backed? Well, I think when people say it's backed, like the euro is backed by the European Central Bank, I think they mean it's backed in the sense that there is something that prevents the value from going to zero, right? Backing up the value. Well, where does that come from though? Even if the European Central Bank is backing it, they're almost like guaranteeing the value of the euro. Whereas the central banks don't determine the value of the euro. Because if they did, then the foreign exchange rates wouldn't fluctuate. I mean, that is actually what central banks do, isn't it? They look at the exchange rate of, say, the euro to the pound or the euro against the dollar, and then they adjust things like interest rates and money supply are the main two levers that they use, meaning do they create more money to increase inflation, or do they increase interest rates to slow inflation? And those are the two levers you can use to adjust or flatten the value if the euro is getting wildly more valuable than, say, the US dollar. But the point is, they're not determining the value, right? They have to pull those levers of money creation or interest rates because the free market has decided that the euro is worth more or less at any given time. So the market still backs the value of the euro, essentially. The market determines what a euro is worth, which is why its value fluctuates in relation to any product, car or hotel stay or other currencies, right? So it's the people that maintain the value of, or give the euro value, we could say it that way, and then it's the European Central Bank or the Fed, in the case of the dollar, that tries to manipulate and stabilize the value of whatever that currency is, the euro or the dollar. The difference with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is same thing again. The people determine what its value is by bidding for it if they want to buy it, and then selling it, whatever it is you're willing to sell it for. However, the monetary policy isn't manipulated in the same way. It's if Bitcoin's value gets wildly overpriced, meaning if the free market decides that they want a Bitcoin to be worth $20,000, well, there's no one that can do anything about that. The free market is completely free to decide that. The only way to change the monetary policy in Bitcoin would be to change it at the protocol level, right? You can't just arbitrarily increase the money supply of Bitcoin. We know every 10 minutes, 12.5 Bitcoins come into existence, and that halves every 4 years until eventually there will be relatively almost no Bitcoin created every block, at which point there will be no increase in the money supply. It will just be 21 million coins in total. And the other thing is, what you would normally do if the euro suddenly went to $20,000 a euro, well, you'd increase interest rates, right, to bring that down. But in the Bitcoin marketplace, because there is no central bank, there is no interest on the currency itself. You know what I mean? Because there is no central bank. So yes, there's interest if you loan it to someone else, but that's not at the the monetary policy level, is it? So I just found that very, very interesting indeed. Bottom line, when Mario Draghi says it's not the ECB's responsibility to regulate Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, this also echoes what he said back in September of 2017 when he said the European Central Bank has no power to regulate cryptocurrencies. That's an indictment right there. So not only is he saying now it's not the European Central Bank's responsibility, back last September, like 5 or 6 months ago, he actually admitted that they actually have no power to regulate it anyway, right? So I thought that was very interesting, and we always like to keep an eye on what the central bank's talking about and regulators, because they can scare the market. It doesn't scare me or you, does it? But we'd like to keep an eye on those things, because when these kinds of news stories come out, we know that the masses, the herd, and all the sheep are just going to, panic buy or panic sell. So those are my thoughts on this particular story. So if I find any other interesting ones, we'll do another edition of, balcony edition of the Cryptoverse, or maybe somewhere else I never tell. Maybe you'll get bored of the balcony. But that's all for now. So until the next video, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.